Okay, so look, we gotta go ahead and talk about people trying to actually believe what outlets like The Sun or even Daily Mail has to report when it comes to this whole Super Bowl halftime show fiasco. Now, this was something that was pointed out by Milagro, where she did cite The Sun. And the problem with The Sun, they had this really clickbaity headline saying that a mistake was made by the NFL revealing a regret over Super Bowl halftime show after issuing apology following Kendrick Lamar performance. Another headline reads, Leagues fumble, NFL sends apology over Super Bowl halftime show snub following Kendrick Lamar performance. Even though this part right here is a little bit accurate because Skip Bayless did later on speak about this, which we'll get to that in a minute. The only problem was, the only questionable part about this whole thing is this line right here and on down, where they allege that an NFL employee reached out to The Sun saying that a mistake was made and we regret the choice that was made. Also going on saying that Lil Wayne should have been the first option as he is from New Orleans, and we know that there was a clear motivation for him and his side to do a unique show in his town. He also did respond to somebody on Twitter by citing the Daily Mail as a source, which pretty much has the exact same headline that they got from The Sun. Looks like they copied their homework down to a T. Which she did end up later on quote tweeting a post made by Skip Bayless back on February 5th by stating the following, I see some of you upset in my mentions. I don't give a piece of a fuck. You don't have to like The Sun, Daily Mail, or trust their sources, but Skip Bayless did say these words.
At least the NFL immediately sent Wayne a letter of apology from nobody in particular, just from the league on NFL letterhead. A letter that thanked him for his years of supporting the league, not just the Packers, his favorite team, but supporting and promoting the NFL in general, which he has.
Which what Skip Bayless said, it does not align with what The Sun said. They tried to say that an NFL employee hit them up, while Skip is saying that they thanked him for his years of supporting the league. I just think as members of independent media, it's our duty, it's our due diligence to really pick and choose who we give a spotlight for and who we really believe or what outlets we find believable. Outlets like The Sun, Daily Mail, Media Takeout, Daily Loud, and I can list a whole bunch of others are irrelevant. I don't give a damn if they got a earth-shattering story. And even somebody like Academics who leaked that set list that nobody cared about, like nobody cared that he leaked the set list. It's not that big of a story. I hate to burst everybody's bubble. He did it because he felt like he ought to change the set list. And we seen the aftermath of that. Him boasting about it, acting like the NFL is not going to sue him. But if he's not careful, he's going to end up on a Tasha K payment plan. And if it's not done by the NFL, best believe it's going to be done by somebody else. And to me, a lot of these outlets, they've been done lost credibility over the years. And especially Academics as of late, even though that was a guy who I used to look up to, but he lost credibility after that weird shit. And people was talking about it, criticizing him for what he did. We paid the price by getting a strike on our channel, all because his feelings got hurt. So I got one reason not to really care what Academics has to report on in the future, but I got a personal one as well. And I also seen what Milagro said reacting to what Joe Budden had to say about the elite set list not being real. Look, I hate to be the person to say this, but Joe Budden is entitled to not believe something. Just like people are entitled to believe something, you're also entitled to not believe something. I don't give a fuck if Moses himself put it out. I am entitled to say it's hogwash and I don't believe it. Also, if I was Joe Budden or Academics, I would have never even leaked that myself. Because for one, there's a possibility somebody could have made this whole set list up and it could be a lie. That's one thing. Secondly, there's the legal ramifications of it, which I don't feel like paying the price for. Why would I want to risk getting sued by the NFL and Interscope of all people who got billions of dollars behind them that can take me down and throw me 6 feet under? It's not worth it. At this rate, we might as well start believing just about anybody who is not only a horrible person, but everybody hates. And that'd be another thing too. When the people don't fuck with certain outlets or members of the media. And people could say, well, oh, people hate Milagro. The only people that hate Milagro are Megan Thee Stallion stands that think that Megan has a snowball's chance in a courtroom to beat her over a legal proceeding, which I don't think is going to go anywhere in court. And besides, as an independent journalist, I have a right to either not believe certain outlets reporting on certain shit and just, blow it off like it's nothing, and instead just pick more favorable outlets to report on that people like. Same can be said for academics. If academics was to have a exclusive in the future, instead of me citing him as a source in the description box of my videos, I can just easily crop out what he's saying and just make it seem like, oh, I just got it from a random page on the internet. And I don't want nobody to come under my comments and say that would count as plagiarism. No, that's just me finding something on the internet and talking about it and just not citing it in the description box below. People could be able to see it in video. They just not be able to see who's it's from. And people, let me ask y'all something. When you're at work, you have no choice sometimes but to work around people and do business with people you don't like. But when you have a choice and you steadily choose to work with a person you really got an issue with, that makes no fucking sense. If I got an issue with somebody, whether it be personal or from a professional standpoint, I'm not going to do business with you. I'm not going to break bread with you. I'm not going to try to strike a deal with you. I'm not doing none of that because it's my business. And if I feel like I don't want to conduct business with a person because I don't like them from either standpoint, then I should be entitled to do so. You know why? Because I'm the CEO. And besides, even as somebody who is an independent journalist, I don't think I would be the best person for sources to hit me up with the information. Simply because I would press them about the validity of what they're telling me. I would corroborate with other people in the industry to see if they believe it or if they think I should just toss it to the side and just ignore it or wait till something bigger happens with that. And also, some of these sources do not like the way you word things. And I'll be damned if one of them sources got a problem with how I'd word things. Using buzzwords like allegedly, take this with a grain of salt, this is a rumor. I'm not going to give a fuck. Because I would be doing that just to protect not only my ass, but my source's ass. I'm not going to hop on the fucking internet and say, oh, guys, this is true. Believe me, you got to believe me because a random janitor that works in a fucking closet told me this breaking news. You as a source, your only job is to go out there and fetch me information. That's it. I'll handle the rest. But with that being said, y'all let me know what you think about this mess in the comments below. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.